What's going on, Jeromes? So, of course, we know that Kwesi adofo-mensah is very adept at the free agency. Drafting, but free agency, also, undrafted free agents also counts as free agency. That's right. So, Kwesi deciding what to do in open free agency. Of course, the big names will be out there. But what happens in-house? And number one decision, what happens thinking Sam Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback? I don't think they run it back. But the Vikings do have the cap space. They do have options. But I don't know, just looking back at free agency last year where the Vikings brought in potentially the greatest free agent class in NFL history, legitimate, right? And they did this largely on the cheap, right? So you look at what each free agent got last year in terms of average per season if they signed a multi-year deal, as well as positional rank of where their salaries stacked up. And Cousins got paid, Danielle Hunter got paid, and Kwesi, outside of Jonathan Grenard and Aaron Jones, although the running back market is weird. It's like top end and then everybody else, right? But outside of that, they didn't bring in a ton of top end in terms of cash free agents, but all of them contributed mightily, especially Sam Darnold at $10 million. That's pretty good. But even guys like Hadi Ward, AVG, Cashman outside, how about that? Kamu, Stephon Gilmore, Shaq Griffin, like they all had a role. They all contributed. They're all good to go. But what's going to happen in-house? And the Vikings got some decisions because Sam Darnold is going to get premium money. Cameron Bynum is going to get paid, and as well as Byron Murphy Jr. coming off a career year, Pro Bowler, as well as 6 interceptions. They got some decisions to make. So looking at Spotrac's market value for each of the Vikings in-house free agents that they have a market price listed. So there's a couple things here. Number one, so Darnold at $40.1 million per year. Spotrac had him at $52.3 after the Packers game. He just riding high. He was going to get that JEROME contract, and then bam. So player, age, got the cash, as well as what that money would be. Positional rank, positional rank. But Darnold up there in the top half of the league in terms of starting quarterback money. It's kind of crazy that $40 million a year is 15th most. Then you got Byron Murphy Jr., $22.1 million a year, which would rank third behind only Jalen Ramsey and Patrick Surtain the second. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Byron Murphy Jr. to the moon and back, but when you think of the tier 1 corners in this league, you do think Surtain the second. You do think Jalen Ramsey. I don't know if I think Murph. I think Murph is very good, especially this season, especially in this defense with Flores. But I'm always wary about a player who is really solid and then has a monster career season heading free agency. I know that it happens a lot, but I don't know. Corner is such a premium position, but $22 million per year for Murph, I just don't know. Like, if this was 16-17, it's a no-brainer. But if a team out there is going to give Murph $20+ million per year, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. We'll see. Cameron Bynum, kind of a similar situation. Now, I really like Beasley, but his $17.7 million, market evaluation would be 5th most for safeties in the league. Now, it always goes back to Jesse Bates III for me. Like, is Cameron Bynum better than Jesse Bates III? No. Yeah. But 17.7 seems like a lot. And what's interesting about safety is Kwesi, the whole Moneyball thing and spending money at premium positions. In the grand scheme of things in the market, safety is not considered a premium position. And it's noteworthy because he got Metellus to sign that very cheap 2-year, $8 million extension. And he's had Harrison Smith take a pay cut every single season he's been here. So maybe they don't spend at the safety position. They spend elsewhere. Who really knows? But also, a positional rank, of course, is based on the existing contracts. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of free agent money flying around, so some of these rankings are going to go down even further, but it happens. Left tackle Cam Robinson, going to be 29, $14 million per year, 14th amongst left tackles. Let him go. Let him go. And again, very smart by Kwesi for picking up Cam Robinson mid-season when the Jaguars wanted to get rid of him for a song, and now the Vikings will get compensatory pick credit if and when Cam Robinson leaves and signs a sizable contract. Aaron Jones, $5.6 million, would be 16th in the league. So, I mean, be roughly 2% of the Vikings cap for 2025. I would bring him back. And with them pushing back the void date, it does seem like they're in concert and they do want to do that. So we'll see. Then the rest. Yeah, the rest are very cheap, just slightly above veteran deals. Gilmore, 5.3. Nah, I feel it. Gilly had some nice moments, but it's clear that age has definitely caught up with him. Reisner, 3.4. Is it going to be another weird spot where Reisner is unsigned through free agency and the draft, and then even through a lot of offseason work? Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. Like, it's so weird, isn't it? And I don't know if it's a decision by him or the agent or whatever, but Dalton Reisner certainly is a fringe starter / high-end backup and should be on a 90-man after free agency and the draft. So I really don't know what's up there. Quisenberry, fought the good fight, but Quisenberry, rock solid dude, but definitely move on with Walter Rouse as a swing backup. Johnny Munt, I feel like we can improve in that spot, even though I know that the coaches love him. Brandon Powell, same thing. Then Cam Akers, I would absolutely love to have back, so we don't have to trade for him for the third year in a row. But basically what it comes down to, Vikings, if they somehow roll with Darnold, they're not paying $40 million. I honestly just don't see Kwesi doing that. I think that what's going to happen is that there will be an offer on the table. It will be exceedingly low, and then Darnold will leave if he's not tagged and traded, just like what happened with Kirk Cousins last offseason. Murph, corner's a premium position, and Murph was a premium player in the existing defense, but golly, $22.1 million is a lot. It's a lot, man. Beasley, same thing, 17.7. Would you rather pay Beasley or allocate some of that money that you would have spent on Bynum to freshen up the contracts of, say, Josh Metellus and Andrew Van Ginkel, which certainly something to consider. Cam Robinson, he gone. Aaron Jones certainly wouldn't mind having back, but overall, like, some guys are going to get paid, and sometimes the market outbids your team. And the Vikings under Kwesi have been very good about taking care of the pennies and the shekels, and they rode out the dead cap hits from last year, and they got rid of some of those older veteran Spielman contracts, and now the Vikings are in the clear, and we'll see what Kwesi and Rob Brzezinski want to do moving forward. But your thoughts are thoughts. Take a look at the Vikings in-house free agents market values via our friends over at Spotrac. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best to do. Skull Production Value.